Okay, welcome to Daily 3D Revolve. Today I'm going to be doing a Design Spark mechanical tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you how to create a round container, a small round container with a Star Wars logo on the top. So first thing we're going to do, I'm opening Design Spark here, but I'm just going to minimize it. We're going to go ahead and open up CorelDRAW. So we're going to be using three programs, CorelDRAW to do the graphic, and then we're going to use a program called Freecad to convert, and then we're going to finally use Design Spark to create the round container. So we'll go ahead and go to new, create a new drawing, 8.5 by 11. We're going to go to file, we're going to import our let me find the folder that I just created. Somewhere in here. Let's go to desktop, round storage container. Okay, this is gonna. So we're gonna do this logo on here on our top of our lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and scale this down. So we'll go ahead and shift and scale down, and we're gonna make it about. I guess we could make a 3-inch diameter container. So this should be fine right here. So what we're going to do is click on the graphic, right mouse click, go to outline trace and say detailed logo. And you're going to let it trace. Okay, now we're going to drag the trace copy off to the right. And then we're going to get rid of this one. Now we're going to go to view from wireframe, make sure everything's okay with this. We'll do a couple of control pluses to zoom in. Looks like this is okay. Now we're going to go ahead and select this. We'll drag it to the center here. We're going to come up here to file and we're going to go to export. We're going to export this as an SVG. Scroll down to the bottom there. SVG is a scalable vector graphic. And then we're going to go ahead and select only so it doesn't get anything else. If there was anything else on the page, it would get it if you didn't select that. So we'll go ahead and just call it untitled. Go ahead and just say OK to this. And we'll minimize. Now we're going to open up Freecad. Where's our Freecad? I put it over here. Okay, Freecad right there. Okay. Freecad's a good program. It's free to download. I primarily just use it for file conversion. So we'll go ahead and click there, that plus. We're going to drag in this untitled. We're going to make sure we check that SVG as geometry box. And we're going to go OK. Now we're going to do Control A, which selects everything, and then we're going to go File. We're going to export, and then we're going to export as a steep. So we'll just call this test. And we're going to go to Desktop. Okay, so now we have the file that we need. So now we're going to go ahead and let's minimize this. We're going to go ahead and open up Design Spark. I'm going to go to File, New Design. And then we're going to create this in inches. So we're going to do like maybe a 4-inch in diameter round container. So I'm going to go ahead and let's turn on the snaps here. So we'll go ahead and create a base. 1.5 would be 3. So let's just go 2 inches. Okay, and then we're going to make it 3 inches tall. So this is going to be our base here, and now we're going to come over here and get the rectangle, and now we're going to draw a base on here. And we'll go ahead and drag out with the rectangle. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and select these two here. We're going to come over here to our create offset curve, and then we're going to offset this. I think we should probably make this a pretty thick, we should make it thick. So we're going to go ahead and do 0.25, so a 1/4 inch thick, and then we're going to top off or go from endpoint to endpoint on these points here. Let's go Control plus. We need to put a straight line in here, so what we're going to do is go ahead and trim away that. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and go get our line tool, and then we're going to go from there to there. select the click off. Now we're going to create rounded corner on the inside, 0.25. Then I'm going to create a round corner right here, 0.125. Then I'm going to create one here, 0.125, and then a little one on the inside there, 0.125. Now we're going to grab our trim away and get rid of this. Okay, this is going to be our Revolve profile. And then I want to also get the create rounded corners. I'm going to go here, 0.125. Oh, actually, no, undo that. We need this to be flat. So, okay, so now we're going to come up here to pull. We're going to select our profile. We're going to come over here to Revolve. We're going to select, click right there, and then we're going to do full pull. Okay, so this is going to be our container. Okay, so what we need to do is go ahead and Control minus. So now we're going to go ahead, we need to select both of these to create the lid. Okay, so we're going to select both of those and do a copy, Control C on the keyboard, and then a paste. And now we're going to move this up. We're going to go ahead and grab the blue, and we'll pull that up like there. And go ahead and pan down on this. And then we can spin this. So what I want to do is go ahead and select this one. And then we're going to come up here to fill. We're going to fill that. And then we're going to pull this. So I want this to have some thickness to it. So it's going to go inside of there. So we're going to go 0.25. So we're going to add a 1/4 inch of thickness to this. So this lid is basically going to fit inside of here. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with this outer one. We're going to select. We're going to tell it fill it, and then we're going to do a pull, and then we're going to pull this. We're going to pull that piece up. 0.3 will be good. Okay. All right. So now we have our lid. Lid's going to go right in there. And now what we're going to do is come around here like this, and we're going to select that face there. We're going to come over here to plan view, and we're going to go plan view it. Then with this selected orange, we're going to come up here to file, and we're going to go change the file type here to a step. And then we're going to go ahead and scroll down and find the Star Wars logo, the test step that we created. We're going to double click on that. We're going to say okay to that warning. Let it import. Now we're going to come over here, drag it out to there, and then we're going to select that. Then we're going to go ahead and fill it. Okay. Now we want to, I want to scale that up a little bit. So let's see if we can. Sometimes you can scale stuff. Sometimes it's hard to scale stuff. And we'll go ahead and go to pull. We'll go to the scale body. And if I can find a point, I might be able to scale it, but it kind of looks like it's not going to let me. Yeah, so we won't worry about that. We'll just fill it. And then we're going to go ahead and grab that. We're going to move it. I'm going to move it right over there to that center point. And then we're going to drag it up to right there. And I really want this to be a little bit bigger. So what I can do, since I'm not going to be able to scale this, let's undo this. Let's go ahead and delete it. Let's see if I can scale it this way. I don't think I can, but oh yeah, I can. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do it this way. We'll scale it before we actually fill it. Okay, this is going to work fine then. Okay, so now we'll select everything. We'll go ahead and fill. And now we're going to select that again. Let's go to move. Let's drag this. Let's get rid of that. Don't need it. Let's select this. We're going to go ahead and pull that over to the center there. And then we're going to pull this green up a little bit, so it's somewhere there in the middle. And then let's kind of make sure that we center this as best that we can. Right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and spin this. Now we have to decide whether we want to extrude this Star Wars logo or whether we want to cut into the object. And I think what I might do is just go ahead and pull this, and then I'm going to go ahead and come over here to cut, and then we're going to do a little bit of a cut on this. And then we'll go ahead and do a 0.05. 0.05. Enter. Okay, give it a second. It might land up just, let's see how this looks. If it doesn't look great, then we'll go ahead and extrude it. I kind of like it as a subtle inset, so we're going to go ahead and just keep it like that. Okay. All right, so now what we want to do is I want to put a fillet on here. So we're going to go ahead and fillet this. And we'll just go 0.1 fillet. Okay, so this is basically going to be our container. And then what I might do is add a little bit more depth to this lid here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that another 0.01. Okay, and then select, click off. Okay, so this is exactly how I want the little cup to be, or the little container to be. This is already rounded in here. These are already rounded here. Now the only other thing we want to do, we want this to be flat. Normally I would put a fillet in there, but I'm not going to because I want this flat lid to be able to seal properly on here. Okay, so this is going to be our Star Wars round container. You can be able to put whatever you want to put in there. I think it came out pretty good, and we'll end the tutorial there. Hopefully you enjoyed watching and you got some useful tips and tricks out of this video. And once again, thank you for watching.